What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. BDJ Gaming here. Another episode of MLB The Show 24 franchise mode. We're doing our final division of the 24 series. The Houston Astros, AL West, a team that's had a lot of success recently. Not so much this season, a lot of injuries, their pitching rotation, but a very successful organization the last decade. Few World Series championships. You can call them the Lastros, you can call them the Trastros, you can call them another label I ain't gonna mention on video, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So let's take a look at this Astros team. Obviously, they didn't take Jose Abreu off the roster yet. We're probably gonna look to move him. But look at the starting rotation: Justin Verlander, Framber Valdez, Luis Garcia, who's injured, Lance McCullers Jr., who's injured, Christian Javier, Ronel Blanco, Jose Urquidy, JP France. They got some starting pitching depth. And, Verlander is going to be somebody we probably look to move just because of his age and the contract. His contract is ridiculous, $43.3 million per year for 2 years. As good as Justin Verlander is, I don't think he's worth that price for us in this franchise mode. But, I mean, you look at his numbers the last few years, he's really just been kind of like Adam Wainwright, just a guy who's gotten better as he's aged, and he's just been remarkable, future Hall of Famer. Bullpen, you got Brian Abreu, who's been very good for them the last few seasons. Rafael Montero, the veteran. Penn Murphy, who's currently in AAA, we'll probably call him up and have him be a part of our pen. Ryan Presley, who's been a part of that Houston bullpen for many World Series titles and many years now. Taylor Scott, Kendall Graven, another veteran. Seth Martinez. So they got some bullpen options as well. Astros are very good at developing pitching. And you got Josh Hader, who surprisingly they signed in the offseason. I really thought he was going to go to Philadelphia, come off a very good year with the Padres. And he struggled in 2022. And maybe it was something off the field or something, but he was dynamite last year, so he'll be our closer. Catcher, you got Yainer Diaz, only 25 years old, young catcher. They let Martin Maldonado walk. He's been really bad for the White Sox. I saw someone trying to vote him in the All-Star game. Not really any catching depth outside of him that's going to be at the major league level. Maybe Will Bush, but these are all deep potential players. And then Victor Caratini, who's deep potential as well. First base, Jose Abreu, we're going to try to move off him. We do have Joey Loperfido. But, I mean, is he going to really be an impact bat for us? Maybe off the bench. I don't really see him being our starting first baseman. So first base is definitely something we got to look at. Future Hall of Famer Jose Altuve, going to be a career Astro. Just say what you want about Jose Altuve. He's had a Hall of Fame career. He's been fantastic. And hopefully he continues to produce for us in this franchise. Alex Bregman, another longtime Astro. Been really good for them. Free agent after the year, though. We'll have to see how he plays. Maybe let him walk or trade him if we get a good offer. Or might have to look in a different direction. Jeremy Pena, we're good at shortstop. 26 years of age. Won't be a free agent till 2028. We're good in this franchise. And then left field, Jordan Alvarez, more of a DH, but listed as a left fielder, obviously. Can play the outfield if he has to. Probably the Astros' best player. Center field, you got Chas McCormick, Jake Myers, Mauricio Dubon. So they got three guys capable of playing center field, even though Dubon's more of a utility guy. He's listed as a center fielder in the game. And then right field, you got Kyle Tucker. They also got Pedro Leon, 25 years old. They got Jacob Melton. So they got some prospect depth, and this is a team that's going to be very interesting to try to win with. We got some guys we can move who are getting up there in age and do a lot of money, and maybe spend some of that money on other players that can improve this team for the next two seasons after this one. So going to get this one underway. Going to get the rosters figured out because they got some of the starters off the 40-man because they're injured. I got to get all that figured out. But we're going to send the All-Star break, or around the All-Star break, probably the trade deadline, see how we're looking and see what moves we can make, whether that's buying or selling. So I'll see you guys then. So first trade we're going to make, we got this trade offer from the Milwaukee Brewers. Joel Payamps, who's 30 years old, having a pretty good year, 2.70 ERA. For long-time Astro Ryan Presley, he's dropping overall. He's older by 5 years. Hate to trade the long-term, or long-time Astro, I should say, but he's due a lot of money, and we get younger in our pen. So this is an offer from the Miami Marlins, a really shocking offer, I can say. Tanner Scott, who's 82 overall, 11.08 ERA. He's having a horrible start to the season. Maybe we can get him turned around and maybe re-sign him in free agency. They're offering him for Wander Suero, who's in AAA right now, 32 years old, only a 70 overall. Now, this might be a little bit of a finesse, but hey, if a team's offering you this good of a trade and it helps your team, even in the short term, you got to accept it. So we get Tanner Scott. Might be a little bit of a risky trade, but the Guardians are offering us Tristan McKenzie, who's still only 26, A potential, pitching really well in AAA for Justin Verlander. Now, Justin Verlander's, you could say, our ace. He's having an okay season, but if we can get off that contract and have some money to spend, I think that's the right move. So we're going to accept this trade. At our first trade deadline, we're sitting at 62 and 45, 1.5 games up on the Rangers. Everybody else is pretty much at it. But the Mariners are done, the A's, the Angels, they're all double digits behind us. So we got to see what we need. We take a look at the lineup. Dubon, been okay offensively. Jeremy Pena's having a great year. I mean, when you look at it, 13 home runs, 47 RBIs, 288 average. Jordan's been awesome. 29 home runs already, 61 runs driven in. How about Kyle Tucker? Already having a career year, and we're only at the trade deadline. He's going to have a huge season, if not already. Jake Myers has been a pleasant surprise with the bat. 17 home runs, 48 runs driven in, 274 average, slugging 514. Alex Bregman's having a good year as well. 20 home runs, 64 RBI. So our lineup looks like it's been producing. Chas McCormick's been decent. 14 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Diaz could be a little better, but still not bad for a catcher. Not sure why Carantini's playing first base. Jose Abreu's been okay. Altuve is currently dealing with a shin contusion. He was having a pretty solid year overall. Carantini we've seen. John Singleton not providing a lot offensively, and then Loper Fido is not providing a lot offensively either. So, you look at this team's lineup, some bright spots. Definitely some bright spots. Can we use some upgrades? Absolutely. But I think this lineup's good enough to, especially with Alvarez and Tucker. Maybe we upgrade first base in the trade market. Other than that, I think this lineup's good. Pitching, Luis Garcia has been awesome. 14 and 4, 3.20 ERA. Valdez has been good as well. 7 and 7, 3.24 earned run average. Lance McCullers Jr. not what we had hoped so far. 4.64 ERA. Urquidy, I sound so country saying that. I don't know why I said it like that. 3.81 ERA for Jose. And then Christian Javier has not been good at all. 5.38 ERA. Not good. So our rotation definitely could use an ace. I don't know if we're going to get that at the trade deadline or maybe wait till the offseason. Ronel Blanco's been a serviceable arm out of the pen, 4.58. And then Tristan McKenzie, hopefully we can make him kind of a reclamation project and get him back on track after last season. Obviously he had an injury. But we need to get him going. Penn Murphy's been really good, 2.16 ERA. How about Rafael Montero? Not as, much innings, but 0.68 ERA. Joel Payamps, who we traded Ryan Presley for, has been awesome, 1.95 earned run average. Brian Abreu has not been good, one of the few negative spots in our pen. Tanner Scott still hasn't gotten going since we got him in the trade. And then Josh Hader, 35 saves already, 2.44 earned run average. So this team has a few holes it definitely needs to get trades for. I look at the bullpen, been pretty good besides maybe a few players. And then I look at the lineup, first base. I look at the starting rotation, 2 stars. We got a few guys on the trade block, just see what was out there. So I'm going to see if there's any deals we can make for first baseman and maybe for another starter, and I'll let you guys know what they are. So I was looking through first basemen and maybe some that are maybe getting ready to hit free agency, so their price would be down. Pete Alonso, free agent to be, has 19 home runs. If you put him in this lineup with Jordan and Tucker with the years they're having, I think it's going to be a hell of a 1-2-3 punch. We're going to give up Joey Loperfido. Was going to throw in Jose Abreu. They don't want him, and I don't blame him. Just got Tristan McKenzie, but he's A potential. The Mets probably want him. We have a ton of starting pitching. Don't really have to keep him. So we're going to throw him in this deal. And then Hunter Brown, we're giving up a lot for a potential rental right here. I mean, we're giving up 2 26 and under starters. We're giving up, a young first baseman. But we're trying to win, and I think Pete Alonso helps us do that. Trade we're about to do, since we just took on Alonso's money, we're going to get rid of Jose Abreu. It's just dead money on the cap. We're going to trade him to the San Diego Padres for Steven Kolick just to get some cap space. So going to go ahead and go with the moves we made. I tried trading for an ace, but we'd have to give up so much. We just don't have the farm system right now after some of the deals we made, especially like the Hunter Brown and Tristan McKenzie deal we just made. We don't have the farm system to go out and get an ace right now. So we're going to have to look in free agency and see if we can get an ace in the offseason. I'm going to go ahead and sim to the end of this season, and hopefully we make a good playoff run. How these playoffs are going to go here. Can we make the World Series in this first season of this franchise? Going to have the Cy Young Award winner on the mound here at Minute Maid Park. So 1-2-3 inning. Rays. We didn't get nothing going that inning. Two out double. There's a leadoff double for Jake Myers. We score a run thanks to Chas McCormick. So it's 1-0 Houston. There's a single for Jose Siri. Doesn't lead to nothing. 1 out walk for Tucker. About the pause. I'm going to show you guys the player stats after this game one. Sometimes I'd be forgetting. I apologize. So let's see if we can get a game one win here in Houston. So far, a pitcher's duel. Pepe in a little bit of a trouble here. Bases loaded. We can't get anybody home. Luis Garcia did end up winning a Cy Young, for those wondering. He was phenomenal. But right now, he gives up a 2-run bomb to Diaz, and we're down. So we get 5 strong innings from him. Runner gets thrown out at home. We end up tying the game up thanks to Diaz. So we're going to take Garcia out. We're going to put in Rafael Montero here. Solo shot by Lowe. And it is 3-2. Zach Eflin pitching out of the pen. Back-to-back walks. Doesn't lead to nothing, so we're going to do another pitching change. Blanco going to come in, hopefully give us a few innings here. A little bit of a trouble, but gets out of it. Leadoff double by Alex Bregman. Can't get him home, though. That is tough. Bottom of the 8th, Garrett Clevenger in the pitch. 1 out single. 2 on, 1 out. 2 on, 2 out. And a 3-run bomb by Jake Myers gets us the lead in the bottom of the 8th. Can Josh Hader slam the door? He does. What a clutch at bat by Jake Myers. Unbelievable. So let me show you guys all the stats real quick. My apologies for forgetting that. So Mauricio Dubon, solid year. Oh yeah, Jose Altuve ended up missing the entire, or getting injured and missing the rest of the season. He's not even going to be back for the playoffs, so Dubon's going to be our second baseman. Pretty solid year overall, though, not bad numbers. Jeremy Pena with a great year, 19 home runs, 75 RBIs. How about Jordan, 47 home runs. Kyle Tucker with 38 home runs. Those two went berserk. Pete Alonso gave us 26 home runs, not too bad. Jake Myers, who had that clutch home run in the playoffs, 19 home runs for Jake Myers. Not even known for his power either, so that's a good sign. Alex Bregman with 24 home runs in his walk year. He's looking to get paid. Chas McCormick with 20 home runs. A lot of 20 home runs and up players. Diaz with 16 home runs, not bad at all. And we look at the bench. Amaya didn't do too much. Victor Carantini was decent. David Hensley didn't really play. And then John Singleton actually gave us a good year. So let's take a look at the pitching side. Luis Garcia, this is why he won the Cy Young. 20-4, 2.67 earned run average. Valdez was good as well, 11-14 with a 3.71 ERA. Lance McCullers Jr., 8-12, high ERA. Hopefully he can bounce back next season. Jose Acurdy was good in that number 4 starter spot. We made some trades, opened up some more opportunities. He's taken advantage of it. And then Christian Javier, not the year we expected from him either. ERA close to 5. Bullpen, really solid year for Ronel Blanco. Penn Murphy was lights out, ERA of 2. So was Rafael Montero, ERA under 2. Payance was unhittable, 1.31 ERA. Brian Abreu, not a great year for him though, 4.57 earned run average. Tanner Scott ended up having a better second half, but not the year overall he hoped, especially going into free agency. And then Kendall Graveman didn't pitch. And then Josh Hader, 49 saves, ERA a little higher compared to last year, but still a good year for Josh Hader. So let's get back to these playoffs. It's going to sim game 2. We end up winning that, and we sweep the Rays to advance in the next round. And now we're facing the New York Yankees, Astros and Yankees. This ought to be fun. Definitely going to be a fun series. So we're going to put Luis Garcia on the mound. We're at home against a very good Yankee lineup. Nobody scores in the first. Walk, error, 2 errors in the inning definitely hurt us. That is tough. We give up 3 runs in the inning. That might be the inning that puts a nail in the coffin. We'll see. Got Luis Gil, who's been really good for the Yankees on the mound. 2 more runs scored for us though, and it's 3-2 thanks to Jordan. The Yankees getting right back in business here. Bases loaded, a grand slam for Aaron Judge, and this game's been made wide open. Unbelievable. 7-2. 2 walks. Can't get him home. We're going to have to go to Blanco to give us some innings here. 3 more runs score, and it's 10-2 Yankees, and it looks like they're going to dominate here in Game 1. Not looking too hot for us here in Houston. So hopefully Blanco can just give us some innings to save the pen for the rest of the series, because it is pretty much a wrap. We're going to go ahead and take him out here, though. He's looking like he's getting a little tired. We're going to put in Rafael Montero. He finishes the inning, and we end up losing 10-2. So just a dominating win for the Yankees in Game 1. Not the start of this series we had hoped for. So we're going to go Valdez in Game 2. John Burry with a leadoff double, and the Yankees trying to get in business. Bases loaded, and we get out of it. A little nervous right there. 1-2-3 second. Solo shot by Pete Alonso. There's a double by Jake Myers, so it's 1-0 Astros. Can we add on? Because this 1-0 lead probably isn't going to stay against this Yankee lineup. There's a leadoff double for Peraza, sack bunt, but they don't score. That's going to hurt. 6th inning. Valdez still going strong. 6 strong innings of 1-run or 0-run ball. I'm going to leave him in. I trust my starter, and he gets out of his 7 strong innings. Garrett Cole's been phenomenal, too, besides that leadoff home run. So we're going to go to the Kendall Graveman. Tanner Scott ends up getting out of the leadoff single. Scott Efros in the pitch. 1-2-3 innings. So let's see if Josh Hader can get us a Game 2 victory and get this series tied. He does. So we shut down the Yankees, and Garrett Cole really shut us down. We only had 2 hits. That solo shot by Pete Alonso was a deciding factor. So now we're at Yankee Stadium. We're going to put Lance McCullers on the mound. Game 3. Nestor Cortez Jr. on the mound. 2-run bomb by Jeremy Pena. Solo shot by Cole Tucker. And it's 3-0 Astros in the 1st inning. But we all know this Yankee offense can strike any time. Solo shot by Mauricio Dubon. So good start to this game and on the road. 2-run bomb by Aaron Judge gets him back in the games, 4-2. McCullers has been good overall, though. Let's see if he can get us another at least 5 innings. He does. Let's see if we can get some insurance runs. The Yankees go to the pen. Maybe 1 more inning. Okay, it's time to go to the pen. So we got Peraza due up. We're going to bring in Piams. He gets out of it. Scott Efros in the pitch to 7th. We're going to bring in Brian Abreu, leadoff walk, fly out, line out, strikeout. Caleb Ferguson in the face of a few lefties, our big hitters here, gets a double playing a ground out. So we're going to go to Tanner Scott, ground out, walk. They bring in Travis d'Arnaud off the bench, single. Trent Grisham, grounds out. So they bring in another reliever here. Got 2 bases loaded, 1 out, and we can't get anybody home. That is tough. Josh Hader looking to slam the door, and he does. So we take a 2-1 series lead here against the Pinstripes. So Game 4, we're going to put Jose Acurdy on the mound. He's good during the regular season. Let's see if we can get some early offense against Carlos Rodon. Solo shot by Verdugo, and it's 1-0 Yankees. Single, walk, fly out. We got 2 runs scored thanks to Jeremy Pena, so it's 2-1 Houston now. We definitely needed that. That definitely makes a difference. Both pitchers settling in a little bit more now. 6th inning, Rodon still in the game. Solo shot by Jordan off of Rodon, and it's 3-1. 2-run bomb by McCormick, and it's 5-1 as Acurdy's still in the game. I'm going to give 1 more hitter here, and he gets out of it. So 6 strong innings. Ian Hamilton in the pitch. Bases loaded. They go to the pen, another walk, so it's 6-1. We're going to bring in Penn Murphy to give us an inning here. Good inning by him. Scott Efros in the pitch, already in a jam. 7-1, 8-1, 9-1. Let's give Montero an inning. So it's now 10-1 as McCormick hits a solo bomb. Let's see if Rafael Montero, and he does, closes the door. So we take a 3-1 series lead. Wow. So we're going to send the next game. We advance the World Series against the Brew Crew. Can we win a World Series in the first season of this franchise? The Brewers, which is funny, the Brewers are the only team I've won a World Series with in franchise so far. So the only team I've won a World Series with, I'm trying to win against. So we got Freddie Peralta on the mound here in Milwaukee. Let's see if we can get some early offense. Get a few hits. Leadoff triple by Bryce Terang. Yelich drives them in. William Contreras drives in a second run. 2-0 Brew Crew. They're getting to the Cy Young Award winner here. Can we get to Freddie Peralta? Single, 2 on, nobody out. We score a run but get thrown out the plate. So 1-run game. Peralta's been good overall, so is Garcia. Top of the 6th, big hitters coming up. Can't get nobody home. 1 out double and a walk, so time to go to the pen. We bring in former Brewer Piamps. Gets out of the inning, 7th inning. Peralta still on a roll. We leave Piamps in for 1 more inning. We're going to bring in Tanner Scott to face Yelich. He gets the ground out. So they bring in Ryan Presley, the former Astro, in to face us. And he gives up a game-tying home run to Jeremy Pena. Wow. So we got a few righties coming up. We're going to bring in Brian Abreu. Pop-up solo shot by Rhys Hoskins. And the Brewers take a 3-2 lead. So we got Kyle Tucker, Alonso, and Myers against Hobie Milner here. Double by Kyle Tucker. Alonso flies out. Jake Myers grounds out, and Bregman flies out. We get a leadoff double, but can't get anybody home. That is tough. Wow, that's a game we got to get right there. That is tough. So game 2 in Milwaukee. Looking to tie the series up. We're going to put Valdez on the mound. Brandon Woodruff on the mound for the Brew Crew. Brewers trying to get some early offense. We need our offense to start clicking here. It's gone ice cold in this series. We all know how good the Brewers pitching is. Got some runners on. Can't get nobody home again. Been 1 hit through 4 innings. Valdez matching him pitch by pitch. We got ourselves a pitching duel right now. The Brewers strike first, though. Christian Yelich with a 2-run bomb. And we have to go to the pen. So it's 2-0 Brew Crew. We get a single. Leadoff double by Joey Weimer. Adames drives them in. And we got to go to the pen again. Rafael Montero gets a double play in the ground. So 3-0. Top of the 7th. Still nothing going here. 2-run bomb by Rhys Hoskins. And it's 5-0 Milwaukee. We got the bases loaded, though, for Dubon. He strikes out. Pena drives in 1 run. Jordan flies out. So we get 1 run. Missed opportunity. Penn Murphy in the pitch. So Aaron Ashby in the pitch, top of the 9th, looking to get the Brewers a 2-0 series lead. Leadoff double by Tucker, ground out by Alonso, a sac bunt by Myers. That's an interesting choice, but it gets a run home thanks to Bregman, but it's not enough. So we're down 2-0 to the Brewers. We got 3 games at home. We got to win at least 2 out of these 3. So we're going to put Christian Javier on the mound. He hasn't pitched, I don't think, in this postseason very much. Let's see if he gives us a good game here. Not a good start. Back-to-back doubles, 2 runs, 3 runs. And Christian Javier might have just buried us in the first inning with the way our offense has been going. Hopefully not. He is not looking too smooth at all in this game. Bryce Wilson trying to shut us down. Man, this is looking rough. We might have to go to Blanco right here because it is not looking good. So 4-0. No offense is showing up. Solo shot by Rhys Hoskins, who has just absolutely been killing us in this series. Our offense has just been completely shut down. Bryce Wilson has been phenomenal. Solo shot by Dubon gets us some hope a little bit, but still down 4. Back-to-back walks. We're going to bring in Piamps here. Gets a clutch double play. We got 1 on, 1 out. 2 on, 1 out. 2 runs score thanks to Diaz. But we can't get him home. That is tough. Piamps has pitched well against his former team. Brian Hudson gives up a leadoff double to Jordan. Kyle Tucker drives him in. It's a 1-run game. Pete Alonso facing former Astro Ryan Presley gets a fielder's choice. fielder's choice, and a flyout. So top of the ninth, we're going to bring in Brian Abreu, ground out, error, strikeout, fielder's choice. So bottom of the ninth, we lose. We're down 3-0. Hobie Milner to face Chas McCormick, single. Diaz, single. Dubon scores the tying run. Sack bunt. Strikeout by Jordan. Tucker walks Pete Alonso with the game on the line, and he strikes out. That is tough. Solo shot by Perkins. I thought maybe we can get another inning out of Abreu. Didn't happen. Penn Murphy in the pitch now. Walking in a 3-run bomb by Rhys Hoskins. And you can tell by my voice, that's the sound of a defeated team. And we end up losing 9-5. We're down 3-0 in the World Series. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not looking good here. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We'd have to pull off an unbelievable, and I mean unbelievable comeback to even, it'd be unbelievable if we even come back. I mean, our offense has not been good in this series really at all. And then when it is good, our pitching gives the leads right back up. So Peralta's been dynamite. Pena does drive in a run, though. Bases loaded, 3 runs scored thanks to Ian Happ, who I didn't even realize was on this team. I guess he's platooning. So down 3-1. McCullers in a little bit of a trouble. It's time to take him out before we get buried. We really don't want to get swept. Montero in the pitch. Gets out of it. Peralta looking to shut us down again this inning. He does. Man, he has been good. 1-out double. 2-run game tying homer by Jordan. Gets us right back in this game. We're going to go to Tanner Scott here. Giving up 2 singles, but gets out of it. Elvis Peguero in the pitch. Ends up getting out of the inning. We're going to go to Kendall Graveman here. Leadoff walk, single, fielder's choice, run, scores, walk. Graveman, I guess a little rust. We haven't used him a lot, but man, we got to bring in Hader. Gives up 2 runs, 3-run bomb by Willie Adames, and is 9-3 Brewers. We got the bases loaded, get 1 run, and that's all we get. Unbelievable. So we bring in Abreu. Looking like we're going to get swept. Here we go. Solo shot by Diaz, and we are swept by the Brewers in the World Series. Man, that is tough. Wow, that is tough. Didn't really want to get swept. Well, I got some work to do, clearly. We got swept in the biggest baseball series of the year, World Series. We got some work to do. We got to get an ace and see what else we can get. So I will get to work, and I will see you guys at the start of the second season. Here we go. We ended up signing Shane Bieber to be our ace. 4-year deal, $26.2 million per year. Him, Garcia, Javier, McCullers, and Valdez, I feel like it's a really good starting 5. Hopefully they carry us back to the World Series. We ended up signing Carl Edwards Jr. to our bullpen. Had a really good year last year, 1.64 ERA. Only $3.3 million, so figured, you know what, let's upgrade this pen. We re-signed Tanner Scott, 2-year, $5.4 million. Wasn't really too bad of a deal since he's coming off a bad year. We also re-signed Pete Alonso, really cheap deal, 2-year, $8.8 million per year. We ended up signing Gleyber Torres. We ended up letting Bregman walk. He wanted a lot of money. We are taking a gamble on Gleyber. Now, he had a really down year last year. You know, Gleyber's been inconsistent. You don't know what you're getting at times with him. But I think he can be a valuable piece. Even if he's hitting 8th or 9th and gives us at least 10 home runs, I'm okay with that. He's still only 28, so there's still room to still improve a little bit. And then Jose Altuve is second, shortstop. Pena. We did sign Nick Gordon to be a bat off the bench utility guy. Had 14 home runs a year ago in Miami, only $1.4 million. And everything else is pretty much the same. So we added a few pieces. Hopefully it's enough to get us back to the World Series and hopefully get us a World Series. So I will see you guys at the trade deadline. We're not playing too well. 57 and 51. We are 1.5 games out of first. It's a very tight division. 3.5 Rangers are out, 2.5 Angels, 1.5, all separated within a game and a half. So it's going to be a dogfight till the end. We ended up losing Jose Altuve again. I mean, he's been hurt the last 2 years. Just hasn't been able to really. Well, he played a lot last year to the end. So I shouldn't say he didn't play a lot last year. We had an injury towards the end of the season. He's pretty much out the entire year. I don't even think he'll be able to make it back if we make the World Series. it's tough because he's one of the franchise cornerstones, and he just hasn't been able to really be consistently there for us, especially in the playoffs. Let's say everybody's been doing it. Why he's been struggling? I mean, Pena's been fantastic. 21 home runs, 54 ribbies. Dubon hasn't been hitting. Kyle Tucker is having a good year. Not as good as last year at the All-Star break or at the trade deadline, but still a good year. Jordan having a good year. Pete has 21 home runs. Diaz ain't really hitting for much power, but still hitting 281. Gleyber Torres, not horrible, like where you just go, man, this is a horrible signing, but he ain't producing that much. Chas McCormick's hitting 321. That's great to see. And then Jake Myers ain't hitting like he was either. He's only played 46 games, so he had an injury as well. Hensley off the bench has been good. Carantini's been good in that backup catcher spot. Nick Gordon's providing us a little bit of pop off the bench, but not too much offense. And then we also got Pedro Leon, who hasn't done much either. So let's take a look at the pitching. Shane Bieber, ERA up a little bit, but still a great year, 8-7. Luis Garcia's been remarkable again, 13-3. Might win another Cy Young award this year. 2.39 ERA. Javier, I keep saying Javier first. Christian Javier, good bounce back year. 3.64 ERA. Record doesn't really justify his ERA. Lance McCullers Jr. might need to be somebody we move. He has not been getting it done. ERA even higher than last year, 5.21. And then Jose Acurdy, we moved into the rotation. He's gotten the job done. We end up moving Valdez to the bullpen. He's having an okay season, but ERA high for him as well. Carl Edwards Jr. has been good. Not as good as last year, but still ERA under 4. Can't be mad at that for a reliever. Tanner Scott, better year, but still not getting the job done as much as we had hoped. Piamps, again, another great year. Montero's been solid in 7 innings. Brian Abreu's ERA still around 5, not good. Penn Murphy's been awesome in 29 innings, .61 ERA. And then Josh Hader's been good out of the pen, 2.41 ERA and 28 saves. So we look at this team. We've got some offense down. Obviously, we're missing Jose Altuve the rest of the year. So second base, I mean, Dubon could fill in there. He's not providing a whole lot offensively. Bench could definitely use an upgrade. Bullpen could definitely use an upgrade. We go out and get someone like David Fry, who we did get offered for Chas McCormick, but I think Chas was having such a good year, I declined it. We got some guys on the trade block in case some team wanted to offer us a package. Luzardo. So I'm going to look through some trades, and I'll show you guys if we end up making any. Give us another starter. We're going to trade Lance McCullers Jr. He just hasn't worked out. Just maybe to change the scenery, help him out. We're going to trade him. We're going to trade Dylan Coleman, still only 28. Pitching not great in Double-A, but hasn't really. He pitched well last year, just didn't really get an opportunity with us. And we're going to give up one of our top outfield prospects, Jacob Melton, who's playing decent in Double-A, and we're going to get Jordan Hicks, who I've had some bad luck with Jordan Hicks in the past, but they've upgraded his overall. He's been pitching well for the Giants. They upgraded his stats, so maybe this is a good move for us as we put him and Shane Bieber at the top of our rotation. Tucker is due for an extension. We're going to go ahead and offer him a 5-year extension worth $135 million. He's worth it. He's been spectacular for us. We had some league leaders. Luis Garcia led the league in winning percentage, and we had an award winner. Kyle Tucker won a Gold Glove in the outfield, so that is good to see. Let's see how everybody performed. 24 home runs for Jeremy Pena, career high, 77 RBIs. Really career highs in a lot of categories, so that's great to see for him. Dubon gave us a solid season in the absence of Altuve, 11 home runs, 51 RBIs. Kyle Tucker, another 30 home run campaign. We ended up giving him that extension. Jordan, still a phenomenal year. You know, home runs were down. Still hitting 34 home runs, ain't no joke. How about Pete Alonso, 37 home runs? So we had 3 guys hit 30-plus home runs. What a year for Pete. We had Diaz. Power hasn't been there as I expected it, but still contributing pretty well. Gleyber Torres ended up giving us a little bit of pop, 12 home runs, 58 RBIs for Gleyber. Chas McCormick, another solid campaign, 17 home runs, 70 runs driven in. Jake Myers wasn't really good this year, down year. When we look at the bench, David Hensley gave us okay production. John Singleton raked when he was up here, 4 for 9. Victor Carantini gave us 6 home runs as a backup catcher. Then Pedro Leon didn't give us much either. Take a look at the pitching. Shane Bieber, ERA a little high, but still good year overall for Shane. Jordan Hicks was a good trade, 16-6, 2.92 ERA. Luis Garcia, we talked about how good he was, led the league in winning percentage again. Same ERA as last year, too. Christian Javier with a bounce back year, 10-12 record, 3.42 earned run average. And then Jose Acurity, down year, but still for a fifth star to have a 4.40 ERA. How can you complain about that? Carl Edwards Jr. was a good free agent pickup. 3.29 ERA, still solid year. Blanco gave us quality innings out of the pen. Tanner Scott, still not what we expect. Piamps has been phenomenal since the trade. Rafael Montero with another great year for him. How about Brian Abreu? I was considering trading him, and he ended up bouncing back smoothly in the second half, 3.39 ERA. Penn Murphy was phenomenal, ERA of under one, I should say, in 45 innings. And then Josh Hader with another 40 save campaign, ERA down from last year. So let's see if we can get back to the World Series and try to win it this time. So we got the Orioles in the first round. This ain't going to be no picnic right here. This is going to be a tough first series. We're at home. Shane Bieber on the mound. Here we go. Orioles already trying to get in the business here. They don't score. Leadoff double by Pena. Doesn't result. Nothing. Solo shot by Adley gets them on the board. Let's see if we can get to some runs. We don't that inning. So there's a 1-out single. 2 on, 2 out. Nobody gets home. Bieber's been phenomenal, though, besides that pitch to Adley. Single, sack bunt, a run scores. That's situational baseball right there. So maybe one more inning out of Shane. He's been good for the most part. Solo shot by Kobe Malo. I thought maybe 7 innings, maybe, and it bit me right there. We're going to bring in Carlos Edwards Jr. Has a good 7th inning. There's a walk, single, fly out. Our offense just has not been able to get going. We're going to bring in Brian Abreu here. 1, 2, 3, 8th. Fly out, pop up, ground out. We're going to bring in Penn Murphy. We're using our setup man just to keep the game close. Bases loaded, nobody scores. They bring in Yanir Cano to shut us down in the 9th inning, and he does. So we get completely shut down in game 1. Not how we wanted to start these playoffs. Hopefully we bounce back here in game 2. We got Jordan Hicks on the mound. So here we go. Let's see if he gives us a good outing. Dean Creamer on the mound for the Orioles. Got to get our offense going here. We got to. Jordan Hicks is keeping us in the game. It's going to be another pitching duel, it looks like. There's a walk and a fly out. Leadoff double by Adley. And the Orioles take the lead thanks to a triple. And then Mountcastle drives in the second run. So 2-0 Orioles. There's a single. Another run scores. Hicks try to get him through 6 innings. We're going to bring in Blanco here to try to give us a few innings. Solo shot by Chaz McCormick gets us finally on the board. Solo shot by Ryan Mountcastle. There's an error and a walk. Time to take him out. We're going to bring in Rafael Montero. Gives up a run. So it's 5-1, 5-2 as Kyle Tucker hits a home run. So we're going to go to Piamps here. So bottom of the 8th. Felix Bautista in the pitch. Nothing goes on. Solo shot by Austin Hayes. Tanner Scott in the pitch. A little bit of a trouble here. Gives up 2 runs. So 8-2 Orioles. And they completely shut us down. There's a run, but that's all we're going to get. So we're on the verge of getting swept. It's looking like the World Series all over again. Can we make a comeback, though, against the Orioles on the road? We got Luis Garcia. Let's see if we can get some early runs. There we go, Kyle Tucker. 2-run bomb. 2-0. Orioles had a little bit going. We're facing their ace, Kyle Bradish, so it's going to be a tough assignment. At least we got some early runs. 2-run bomb by Cedric Mullins ties the game. That's not what we wanted to see. And the Orioles are in business. Can we get some runs back? Sack fly by Diaz gets us back the lead. So maybe one more inning out of Garcia. Try to get him this win. Okay, good job right there by him. So we're going to go to the pen. And bring in Carl Edwards Jr. 1, 2, 3, 6. Jacob Webb in the pitch for the Orioles. We go to the pen again. We got 3 righties. We're going to go to Brian Abreu. 1, 2, 3, 7th. Dylan Tate in the pitch in a 1-run game. We're going to go to our setup man. Penn Murphy here. 1, 2, 3, 8th. Perez in the pitch. Shuts us down. So it's up to Josh Hader here. Strikeout, single. Double play. So we stay alive, take game 3. Definitely had to win that one. So if we can win this game and get back home for game 5, then we might be cooking something here. So we're going to put Christian Javier on the mound for game 4 against Grayson Rodriguez. There's a single and a 2-run bomb by Gunnar Henderson. We get a run back, though, thanks to Jordan. So it's trailing by 1. Hopefully our offense gets something going right now. 2 walks in the inning doesn't hurt him. Single and a double as Jordan has been our entire offense so far as he ties the game. There's a walk, a flyout, a walk, a hit by pitch. Tucker drives in 1 run and Jordan hits into a double play. So we take the lead. Orioles tie the game. Looks like it's time to take him out right here. Put in Tanner Scott. He strikes him out. So there's a walk, a single. Cole Irvin in the pitch. 1 more inning out of Tanner Scott. 1, 2, 3, 6. Cole Irvin trying to shut us down. Gives up an RBI double to Jordan. So I'm going to have him face 1 lefty. An error. That's tough. That is tough. We're going to bring in Abreu. Caught stealing. Fly out. Walk, and a ground out. So 8th inning. 2-run bomb by Glaber. And it is 6-3 Astros. Perez comes in the pitch. Got to bring in Murphy here. 1, 2, 3, 8. Top of the 9th. Jordan walks. Single, strikeout, fielder's choice. So we're going to Hader again here. Ground out, strikeout, single, ground out. So we're forced a game 5 in the series. This would be a hell of a comeback if we're able to manage this. Got home field advantage. We're going to put Shane Bieber, our ace, on the mound. Here we go. Can we advance to the next round? Reed Detmers on the mound for the Orioles. Shane Bieber rolling through 2 innings so far. 2 on, 2 out. Can't get him home. Walk, single, walk, sack fly, single, fielder's choice. We get 1 run out of that inning. Definitely should have used a few more runs right there. We definitely could have used them. But Shane Bieber is on a roll right now. Ground out, single, pick off, ground out. What a job. Error, ground out. He continues to roll in a 1-0 game. Perez in the pitch. Jacob, it looks like Perez is injured. Perez comes in the pitch. So another inning out of Shane Bieber. 8 strong innings. Can we get him some insurance here, please? We don't. Gonna let him pitch the 9th. Fly out, ground out, fly out. Shane Bieber with a complete game shutout to advance us to the Division Series. Unbelievable. We're facing the Angels, our division rival here. What a job by our ace, Shane Bieber. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. We're going to put, you know what, just in case I sim the next game, I'm going to put Luis Garcia on the mound. Hopefully he gives us a good outing at home. 2 walks and a 3-run bomb to Mike Trout. And the Angels score 5-7 runs in the first inning. Come on now. Wow. There's another run by Mike Trout. 8-0. Not how you want to start a series. That is for sure. That is not good. We looking like we're cooked in game 1 here. And the Angels ain't done. We score 1 run. Blanco gives up 1 run, 2 runs. Kikuchi's been dominating. We're going to put in Carl Edwards Jr. There's a double. Doesn't lead to anything. Man, talk about a rough game. We're going to bring in Piamps to try to just give us 1 more inning. And we end up losing 10-1 in game 1. Not how we wanted to start at all. Wow, that is not good. Not good. So we got Jordan Hicks going in game 2. Hopefully he has a better performance. Already has a better performance. There's a single, fly out, stolen base. Logan Allen shutting us down so far. Hicks doing a good job. A lot of ground outs. Bases loaded, though. Gets out of it. Got something going here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We can't get nobody home. We have been awful with runners in scoring position. Bases loaded. Hicks escapes it again. 1 out double. Can't get him home. Double and a fly out. Both teams struggling to get people home. There's a sac fly by Pena, though. Finally gets us on the board. Hicks continues to roll. But we're going to take him out in the 5th or in the 6th inning. We're going to bring in Montero. Gets the ground out. Logan Allen's still in the game. Juan Soto on the Angels is insane. Mike Trout drives him in, and we're going to bring in Brian Abreu. Thought Montero could face the righties and the lefties. 3 runs score. Oh, man, that is tough. Wow. Contreras in the pitch. Murphy trying to give us one more inning. Jose Hernandez in the pitch. Solo shot by Jordan. Let's see. We're going to put in Tanner Scott. So bottom of the ninth. Yimi Garcia in the pitch. And he shuts the door. And we are down 2-0 to the Angels. We have been trailing early in a lot of these series. Not good. So really a must-win game if we want to have any chance to advance. We're going to put Shane Bieber on the mound, a must-win game on the road. Angels looking to strike, and they do. Juan Soto, 2-run bomb, and it's 2-0 Angels. Man, when you have to face Trout and Soto, I can imagine that in a lineup. That would just be insane. Wow. Jose Soriano shutting us down. 1 hit through 4 innings. Double play. Shane Bieber's been good, though, besides that pitch to Juan Soto. Can't be mad at him for this performance. He's been spectacular. But so has Soriano. So it's time to take Bieber out. He's been spectacular. We're going to bring in Rafael Montero. So top of the 8th, Soriano still in the game. Leadoff walk, fielder's choice, and a strikeout. Going to bring in Carl Edwards Jr. 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 8th. So we got Soriano to face Pena, Dubon, Tucker, fly out, single, Yimi Garcia in to close it out, 2 on, 2 out, and he closes the door. Ah, man, that is, and we get swept again. We've been swept in the playoffs in back-to-back years. Man, if you hate the Astros, you got to be loving this franchise episode because, my goodness, back-to-back sweeps. Can't make this up. Can't make it up. So, I got some work to do. I'm not going to promise anything big, but we got to make some moves to try to get this team to a World Series. We made it, got swept. We made it to the round before the World Series, got swept this season. Hopefully, the third year's a charm because it has not been a good ride so far. Let's get this third and final regular season and hopefully World Series title season going. Let me show you guys what we did. We ended up getting rid of Valdez. Not that we didn't need him, but we had, other guys in the, options, other guys as options to replace him in the rotation. We signed Luke Weaver as our only bullpen addition. Feel like he's really going to help out. So hopefully he makes a big impact. And then we signed Nick Senzel to play third, coming off a really solid year, 15 home runs, really good against lefties. We're going to give Altuve, till the trade deadline. If he's hurt again or not producing, then we're just going to have to go in a different direction at second base. And then everything else is the same lineup. So we made a few moves. Let Gleyber walk. I feel like Nick Senzel will be a bigger bat in our lineup than Gleyber. Not that Gleyber played bad. He just wasn't really producing like we'd hoped from an offensive standpoint. I think Nick Senzel brings more of that. So we'll have to see if it works out. I'll see you guys at the trade deadline of this final season. Struggling. And we got to make some moves. We're going to trade for Garrett Crochet. He's on the trade block. He's a year away from free agency. 3.12 ER. We're going to trade them Pedro Leon, 27 years old, playing at the major league level, not really doing too much. A young third baseman in David Crespo. And we're going to trade them Javier. I always say Javier. Christian Javier, who's having a good season, but you got to give up something to get something. And I feel like a big 3 would maybe turn this team around our rotation. So hopefully it works. Because we're, I think, 8 games out, and the Orioles put Ryan Mountcastle on the trade block. He's having a really big year. We're going to trade Kenny Tremaine, who's an 18-year-old starting pitcher, 71 overall already, so that has potential to be pretty good. We're going to trade them AJ Bluba, 25-year-old closer, and Nick Senzel, who's having an okay season, but we need some better productivity at third base. So we're going to get Ryan Mountcastle and make him our third baseman. Deadline, and ladies and gentlemen, listen. I thought we were going to make the playoffs again, and there's still potential of that happening, but we are 13 and a half games back of the Rangers. I mean, if we look at the wild card standings, we're 9 games back, and we're behind so many teams. I just don't know if realistically we have a chance to make the playoffs. I mean, we upgraded the rotation. We got Garrett Crochet, who's having a phenomenal year. We added the lineup, Ryan Mountcastle. I don't know if there's anything else I can really do. This team's just, I guess, just not clicking. I mean, I don't really know. It's just not working. Josh Hader's been up and down this year. Tanner Scott's not worked. A lot of high ERAs I'm seeing, at least in the bullpen. And then lineup wise, Dubon's having a down year. Pena's not having a great year. Jordan, still solid year. Kyle Tucker's having a really bad year. No wonder we're scuffling. I mean, my goodness, he came off of back-to-back 30 home run campaigns. He only has 13. Pete Alonso's been having up and down year, but looks like he's getting it together. Mountcastle's been good. Jake Myers has not been good average-wise, 198 average. Diaz has been solid, but the power's completely vanished. Chas McCormick's not been great. I mean, look at the bench. Not seeing much. I mean, Altuve's pretty much just, I guess you could say, washed in this franchise. I mean, I know he's not playing every day, but he has just not been good. He's been hurt, inconsistent. Not gonna lie to y'all, it looks like we're cooked. And we made two big moves. Not looking like it's made an impact. I'm gonna send to the end of the season. Maybe we somehow get in the playoffs, but it ain't looking good. We're about to see. I'll see you guys at the end of the final season over. We end up having some league leaders. Josh Hader led the league in saves, and then we had an award winner. Kyle Tucker won a Gold Glove. We end up going on a little bit of a run in the second half. We ended up finishing over 500, which we were 10 games under at the trade deadline. But we just missed out 5 games out of the wild card. So we made a World Series, got swept. Made the round before the World Series, got swept. Just not a very good franchise. We did make the playoffs the first 2 seasons, but it was not how we wanted it to end. Let's say everybody did. Jose Altuve, it just wasn't his franchise. He just didn't stay healthy, couldn't hit. Jeremy Pena was, solid, not bad numbers overall. Then you look at Jordan, 39 home runs, he did his part. Kyle Tucker just did not have a good last season in this franchise. Pete Alonso ended up doing what we needed him to do, hitting for power. He ended up hitting for average as well. Ryan Mountcastle only hit 6 home runs after the All-Star break or trade deadline. Diaz didn't play bad in this franchise. Can't really complain about him overall. Jake Myers was decent, not anything crazy. Chas McCormick was awful this season. And you look at the bench, our bench, I probably should upgrade the bench a little bit. Just didn't get the job done. The bench, I mean, it just didn't. Let's take a look at the pitching. Shane Bieber, 4.20 ERA for Shane. Man, he was not very good. Garrett Crochet was a great pickup. Jordan Hicks had a down year. Jose Urquidy was good. And then Luis Garcia had a down year. So some down years. Luke Weaver was excellent. Blanco about where his numbers usually are. Arrighetti was good. Carl Edwards Jr. down year, not terrible though. Murphy was not anywhere close to where he was a year ago. Piams had a down year. Brian Abreu was unhittable. And Josh Hader had a down year as well. So a lot of down years across the board. I see why we didn't make the playoffs. Just a lot of down years. Just guys didn't pitch or hit like they usually are. And it just didn't pay off. And unfortunately, Astro fans, I probably let y'all down. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'm pretty sure we're doing the Angels or the Athletics next, one of those 2 teams. Wish me luck on the Athletics because that's going to be something else. But make sure to check out our NEW Wrestling podcast in the description below if you're a huge fan of wrestling. We talk about it every week. Topics from TNA, AEW, WWE. So make sure to check that out. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.